Cars Flat Podcast.
Companion piece to
The companion podcast to the
companion
culture
podcast to the culture war.
To the culture war, episode 7.
Right,
Wow.
let's kick it off. What's going on with you boys?
Oh, it's so embarrassing to be on the left, isn't it, in this country?
You tell me, brother. You tell me.
We remained previously in this podcast, we submitted a name to a project called Your Party because they hadn't figured out the name yet. They still haven't figured out the name, but there is a split in the party. Zara Sultana has in my opinion, very irresponsibly unilaterally set up a membership portal for the new left-wing party.
Yeah.
Without talking to the other members of the party, so she's taking people's money and data, and then a couple of hours after her launching it, the rest of the party said, ignore that earlier email and delete any direct debits.
The only thing that needs to be reclaimed is people's goddamn money.
Oh my god, yeah, Reclaim Britain, that was the name we submitted. In a more hopeful time, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
People are pissed off, man. I was
They should be.
I was looking through because funny enough that when that all kicked off 2 days ago, that morning I happened to just follow her on Instagram. I just saw her.
Yeah.
And thought, all right, I didn't really know much about her. I check out what she's got to say. And then that day
It kicked off.
It kicked off. And I was looking again earlier ahead of this podcast. People are pissed off, man.
They should be pissed off. I mean, what is funny? Like, where's my £5, Zara?
It's a bit like 55 quid.
Yeah, they've paid for like a year's membership in
Yeah.
good faith to support the movement, and it's just. You
give someone 50 quid.
So she basically what's happened is she feels like she set up the party with Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
She's always been impatient with Corbyn because he wants to have like a million committee meetings before they do anything.
He's got that vibe.
Yeah, she feels like there's always been that tension because when she launched the party, he was like, "Oh, I don't know, we've launched it yet," and she was like, "Yeah, we've made the party," and so there's always been a bit of tension. And
is Jeremy a bit of a
I think he loves the committee meeting. Jeremy. I think Jeremy's the guy
he's a real checks and balances guy.
I think Jeremy's the kind of guy who goes, well, we've concluded from this meeting that we will make the decision in the next meeting after further consultation.
If out of Jeremy and Zara, who would we be?
Well,
I think you'd be Jeremy.
I think I'm Jeremy, I think you're Zara. Yeah.
No one's listening to me. Just get it on. Come on.
So I think what it looks like Zara's done is that she's done a ask for forgiveness, not permission, in a gambit that if she launched it unilaterally, she would have control over the membership portal, and the other people would just go along with it to not cause embarrassment. And they've decided not
Bold
to.
move.
Yeah, bold move with other people's money and data as well.
Yeah.
And the rest of the party have said no, that's not okay.
They've said, "Who the hell do you think you are?"
But now that's it. It's over now.
Yeah.
It's like it was it was like it was a fight between the Liberals under Keir Starmer, the right, the far right, whatever you want to call them, the right under and then the left, and the left are just like, we've just knocked ourselves out, and now it's just. And the worst thing is we can't even blame being sabotaged from the inside because it's completely our own.
Not to be an "I told you so" guy, but a party with two leaders
Well,
has no leader.
Well, we always had a bit of. I always had a bit of skepticism over it.
Yeah.
I was excited about it, and I wanted to give it good faith, but.
And she's consistently posting now. She's like all over, so she keeps posting, saying things that it's not her fault. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but
and
that's
I had a quick look on old Jeremy's. I mean, he's probably not that big a social media guy, but nothing.
Jeremy's style isn't to attack people though,
Mm.
and also it is Zara's fault.
Mm.
It's.
She's having a wobbly, isn't she?
She's the one who has triggered this crisis and who has launched a membership portal unilaterally without the support of everyone else.
Yeah.
It's there might be there's probably other stuff going on.
The boys' club comment.
Yeah.
That's telling, interesting. Well, I don't know, was it? I mean,
Well,
honestly, a boys' club that Jeremy Corbyn's involved in. What a crappy boys' club. That's not a boys' club. You want cigars, you want whiskey, you want
problematic opinions.
Hey, toots! You know, what kind of lame ass boys' club is Jeremy Corbyn going to be involved in?
There's
Some yogurt knitting boys' club, man.
There's loads of lame boys' clubs on the left, but but I think it just whatever's going on in the background. She's the one who's like gambled with other people's money and other people's data for her own ego and power. But it's over now. It's over. And it's so embarrassing for people like me.
Well, it's what you said to me earlier off camera. It's proved every stereotype about the left correct.
I don't understand though, because I'm a communist.
Yeah.
I'm not a Leninist. No one cares. But I'm basically
Not this guy.
I'm basically a democratic communist. Like for some people say that isn't real, but that is what I am.
A democratic communist.
Yeah.
You're a DC.
I'm a democratic socialist. DC. And like I work with all kinds of people who I disagree with. I think most people think that I am quite competent and run a tight ship.
I would say that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I don't think that's unfair for me to say. I don't understand why these great leaders. There's too many people on the left, I think, who should have just been writers or something. They shouldn't have organised people.
Yeah.
They should have just been like a playwright, or they
got a nice little article in the Guardian.
Yeah. I think they shouldn't be trying to run things. I think
it's like there's a lot of people in stand-up who should have just been English lit teachers.
Yeah, but it's the hopes of people, and we really, I think we really need a left-wing movement. I know we've got the Greens, but they're not. It's not a movement for working class people. There's not a movement for people who rent, for people who rely on the welfare state, for people who if push comes to shove, they need these things to work for them. There's just not a movement for ordinary people.
No. And while this is all happening, Reform are going to be absolutely sweeping it up.
Yeah,
because people are going to be looking to them because they do speak a bit different. They have the Trump effect thing where you just don't sound like your average politician, your elitist politician who doesn't relate. So they go that way, but they're also have a bit of cognitive dissonance themselves where Farage ain't got your back. He's an ex-city boy himself, and you're being led down the garden path.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, but you can't just call people stupid. You've got to have something to offer them. But yeah, it's very sad. And I think because the left was the driving force in politics for a long time. But I think maybe it's just like before, because the Labour Party was obviously founded by the unions, and the unions were really strong, and then the Labour Party was like the political expression of that, and the kind of grassroots. I know there are lots of people working really hard and doing good work out of grassroots, but the grassroots movement just isn't there.
Explain this to me. You might have some answers to this. What happened to that old school Labour? Why did they all suddenly get a fascination with trains? Why is all the working class union guys who are just bang on 60k a year and chilled hours? I mean, hey, I'm not anti the thing, but what happened to those guys what happened to your Prescotts?
Well, they're the last. The RMT are kind of the last holdout of that old school trade union labour guys.
But did they leave or did they get pushed out? That type of person is what I'm saying.
That was based on industrialisation, a kind of way of doing economics. So there was a saying in politics in through the 60s and 70s that the Durham miners won't buy it, which basically was if you had a if you had an idea and you couldn't get the Durham miners behind it, it wasn't going to happen.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We're not having that.
Yeah, that's it. All right, okay, well, we'll come up with a different suggestion. Why am I accountable to this miner in Yorkshire?
Maybe people got sick of that.
Was he telling me what to do? Well, they did, and people got sick of it. And
I've got a degree.
yeah. Well, you say what it doesn't matter.
No.
That was people got fed up with it. The Thatcher destroyed it, and the economic settlement behind that was crushed, and it was replaced with this kind of financial way of doing it. And I think that's why we have a lot of problems in our society. That the working class were part of the decision making process in this country. Whether it wasn't a flawless system, but through the unions, working class people had a say in how people did things, and because of that, there was more social mobility. There's less social mobility now than there was 30 years ago. I mean, like, it's like, do you see in the Guardian that like private schools have got more of a stranglehold over like top jobs?
I did see this. Yeah.
And
you posted it, I think.
Oh,
what did you say?
I
Give
said
us a little bit.
throw us a bone.
Yeah, throw us a bone, guys.
Yeah. And so that was crushed. Nothing has replaced that. And I think the thing with these left wing parties is they're kind of trying to do it from the top down, but then we need to reinvent something from the bottom up. But I don't know. It's easy me saying I don't know.
I saw a great clip the other day of that famous moment where John Prescott punched the bum, checking it again, and obviously that was a great clip, great moment. Everyone liked Prescott because of that. But the even better clip was. Have you ever seen Tony Blair's response?
No.
So that incident happened. Tony Blair was somewhere else, and they said, "Tony, have you heard what your boy's done? Sorry, no. What's happened? Prescott's punched a farmer. Why has he done that? Because he chucked it in him." And he goes, "Yeah, that's what John would do."
That's my boy.
I mean, obviously those guys had massive flaws too, didn't they? But of course, we're still feeling some of them. Yeah, sure. But that was a good moment.
Yeah, it was a good moment. One of my favourite John Prescott story is he gave two Jags. Yeah.
2 Jags.
Okay. Yeah. But he bought Tony Blair a singing fish.
What, one of those like?
Yes.
And he thought it was really funny.
Yeah. So whenever people went into Tony Blair's office, there was a singing fish there, and it was like, that was lots of John. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Johns, there's no Prescotts about.
Well, because
Rayner was the closest thing we had.
Yeah, and Rayner came through the union movement. John came through that was the Labour Party's connection to the working class, and also our political system's connection to the working class.
So let's take that was a good, interesting history lesson. You know your stuff, but let's take another an angle. That's what I like to try and do these days. I like to ask, where did the union movement go wrong? I like to ask people.
Oh, you sound like Constantine Kishore. What would you do if you could change anything?
I was watching Trigonometry just before you came around. Yeah, well, we've got to make this spicy. Come on. So where did the unions fuck up, essentially? Where did they... Because they must have done.
Yeah,
if they had such good power at one point, they must have done something internally as well. Obviously, people, I'm sure people had the knives out for them and all that. I'm sure there were people who wanted them shut. But no movement collapses on itself without its own bullshit.
Yeah.
So where did the unions mess up?
Well, again, I don't have a PhD, but I read a lot into this stuff.
No one
cares.
No one watching has a PhD.
Yeah, no one cares. There were a few things. So, I mean, we were talking to a boy, Kev, whose job was negotiating with the unions.
Shout out, Kev.
Yeah. They were corrupt. They did a good...
Because when a lot of people think of unions now, I mean, my first thing is like Tony Soprano with the garbage man. A bit of that, right?
But I support the union and they did a lot of good work, and the union movement is responsible for most of the rights and good things we have in society.
I bet they had good boys clubs as well.
as we know someone who negotiated with the unions, and their job was ordering prostitutes for the
boys.
for the and it was the unions were not a I criticise identity politics a lot, and it's not, but it was a response to the traditional left wing movement being very sexist and racist.
Yeah.
That and not. I mean, there are exceptions to it.
Of course.
You had the Grunwick dispute, which is where factory workers went on an illegal strike. It was mainly Indian fat women, and they went on this strike.
Indian fat women.
Factory workers. They not fat women. Factory workers. They went on a strike, and actually it's got a connection to Reading because it was an illegal strike, and the people of Reading came out to stop them from bringing in agency workers to replace so Reading really showed. It was in the 70s, but it was seen as one of those things of where the union movement had to accept people from this background into the club because they were doing such a good job without us. And the Reading workers really showed up for those people. We came out and we fucking fought the police. Not me, but the people of Reading came and fought the police and fought on behalf of these women.
What happened now?
No, that's
Sounds full of fucking tech and IT.
Well, they're not fighting anyone.
Yeah.
So there are exceptions, but there was that, and I think people were fed up with the unions shutting down the country every 5 minutes. And also, it's not,
I love that lesson.
And also, I think it was a kind of unsustainable situation where you had these big companies. There was a battle for power between these big companies and these big unions, and it's just very because the reason Germany still has union. Germany still has strong unions. They still have
organised.
They still have industry, but they've got a model where they have worker representatives on the board of companies, and so it's a much more collaborative approach. Where I think we had a much more confrontational
Sort of adopted a bit of an American model, maybe.
But I don't know. I think for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, there was a much more confrontational situation between capital and labour.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to figure out a middle ground. And also there's things like coal. Things are naturally moving out, but the difference is in Germany, the unions they negotiated retraining workers who worked in coal and stuff to work in green industries. So they were kind of.
What do you think
they were
about
part of
the
that
idea
transition.
of,
We're here just
how the politician who's done the most for green in the UK, sustainable energy, is Margaret Thatcher. She shut the coal mines.
Well, that's just a facetious thing to say.
Just check that out there.
Oh, yeah.
Just giving you a hot potato.
Yeah.
There is some point to it.
Yeah, it's not like we. We just imported the coal from Poland.
Yeah.
So it's not like she She did, and she just broke the coal miners, but we still.
What are the coal miners doing if they want mining for coal?
Sorry?
What do you mean that we imported from Poland?
It was as in it. We were using. She broke the coal miners.
Yeah. She
broke the miners' unions.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like we stopped. To give an honest answer to your facetious point, it's not like we stopped using coal. We just imported it. The coal.
Right. We just made another contract.
We just got it from somewhere where it was cheaper. So effectively, we outsourced mining to a different country where it's
a European country
where it was cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people who love Thatcher but don't like chops being outsourced. Well.
Yeah. So she got the ball rolling on that.
That's
still.
Yeah, and then in theory, we had all these cool, finance jobs that take its place, but
only very few people actually get them.
Yeah, and also you need if you want industry, you need a plan. But we're not If the government's thing is we're not going to plan, we're going to step back and let things happen. Then it benefits one group of people at the expense of another group.
It benefits the people who can cream off the top.
Yeah, and that's how we sort of do.
And that's where we are.
That's where we are. This is who we are. Yeah. Now we live in a world where working class people are shut out from the top things. The welfare state is weaker, and our systems have been sold off and gutted. And we can't fucking do anything because Zara and Corbyn can't figure out how to manage a mailing list. Like we're fucking MailChimp. How hard is it?
I said to you the other day, that situation would be like you sending out the monthly mail
Yeah.
from Late Friends Comedy, and then me sending a follow email. No, these aren't who we've got booked.
Fuck this guy. Yeah. It'd be like if we disagreed over a booking.
Yeah.
I said we have this that booked, and then you said you were saying no, we don't. Yeah. Unbook your tickets.
Yeah, it is. It is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, that
It's,
is what it comes down to.
yeah, I mean, you've been quite easy on me. I thought you were going to be like.
Well, I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm not. You know, I find it funny because it's like
It's sad.
hilariously predictable.
Yeah.
I'm never sad about it. I mean, I don't really. I'm not gleeful.
No.
That this actually happens.
Well, you're the one. I mean, you're the people who are gonna.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I don't particularly think I had my reservations about that whole.
No,
thing
you weren't
from the
excited
beginning.
about
I
it.
wasn't excited about it. I wasn't. You know, I was like, this. I don't see this working.
No.
My instincts were
You're right.
very much so correct.
Yeah. I just try and be optimistic and win.
Yeah.
So
You throwing in your lot with the Greens?
no, well, I'll probably end up voting for them. I'll probably I don't know. I'll vote for the Greens unless some other left wing pipe dream pops up. I'll commit all of my hopes to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We do good work at a grassroots level. You know,
Let me change the country, are we?
no, not changing the country, but we're doing
having a chat in my living room.
we're doing well. This isn't doing good for this is our own egos, but we do good stuff at a grassroots level, and we just we just need to do that, I guess.
Well, that is all you can do.
Yeah.
Anyone can do is try and live your whatever little space that you occupy.
Better.
And try and do the best you can
Yeah.
within that. Yeah. Try not to be too much of a dick.
Yeah,
is the main objective.
Try and help people, but not be walked over as well.
That's
That's a thin line, isn't it?
a journey that you've gone on, isn't it?
Help, yeah.
And then I think you've done well on that journey. We have had conversations about your levels of spikiness rising.
Yeah, because I originally was a wet blanket, and then I've gone from wet blanket to.
Oh, watch out for that guy.
Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, let's.
It's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, you don't need to make him cry.
I like your top.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking extra autistic today.
No, it looks like you borrowed it from Dan Collins.
Okay. Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. I mean, do we have time for Dan Collins chat, or is that any relevant? I quite like the idea that Dan's becoming. Not, I know people watching might not know who he is, so this could be pointless. We might cut this out, but the idea, if you do know who Dan Collins is, the fact that he's becoming a political comedian.
Oh, that's
hilarious.
hilarious.
You know, he opened the show last night with the Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's how he opened them.
He opened it.
He opened the show.
And then we wonder why the whole thing was a bit wonky on the way up. Not having a pop.
So how did Friday go?
Yesterday.
Any fun anecdotes from that?
Yeah, like I said to you earlier, it was George Street Comedy Club every Friday at
Yeah.
the Pen in Oxford. Tickets available always.
If you want to support us on this podcast, for the love of God, come to our shows.
We're not at Patreon level yet, so just come to it.
Please,
Yeah,
if you've chuckled, buy a ticket and watch a show.
Yeah. That it was. I don't want to be disparaging to the audience, but there's a certain level of Oxford ambivalence that can rear its head. It was full on that last night. All the acts did the best job that they could possibly do regarding that. I don't think Dan should have opened with the Charlie Kirk. And also, it's not his style.
I saw him the other day and I texted you, why is Dan a political comedian?
Yeah, and then obviously that text came into my mind when I was like, because I was, someone else was supposed to be hosting, they dropped out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I was running the gig and was very much ready to get on, and I saw Dan and I was like, okay, you know what, I'll just practice my material.
Yeah.
Dan is the fantastic host. You go do that, man, and also chuck him a bit of money, sure. And then he comes on stage and goes, Charlie, come on. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
What do you mean you have a take on this? Aren't you supposed to be distracted by a fly? Love you.
By the way, Dan Collins does all the, if you like, the artwork which is included in
He
this
does all of
podcast.
it.
guy who does all that. So he's a very talented man. Maybe he should stay in his lane a little bit.
No, you can do what you want. You can do what you want.
Is you, Dad?
Yeah, you do great. No, it's. I think it's good. I think it's good material.
It's not a bad joke. It's not a bad joke. It's a bold move. It's a bold move for opening the door straight.
It's a bold move for a man who lives in a shed.
Yeah. See, now that's...
Is that too far?
Yeah.
Am I being the dickhead now?
Yeah,
I'm
see,
sorry.
yeah.
We'll just bully my friend. That might be... see, it's the regret. The regret.
He doesn't live in a shed. Is it a shed? I've never
Barn.
Barn.
Anyway, that's a Rodders reference.
Yeah. What is reference? That's
We can have more of the bleep tap.
Oh no, we'll keep it that.
You keep that.
That's
in.
fine.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
No, he loved that. Yeah, he can. We'll have him on. We'll have to have him on soon.
Yeah, well, I wanna. We'll have him on when he has 5 political jokes, and then we can go through them and we can unpick his ideologies and stuff. You know what I mean?
I think his ideology is what the last woman he slept with said to him.
Here's something I heard this.
Is that too mean? I don't think that's too mean.
No, it's true.
fine.
It's not mean, it's true. Let's bang on. Oh, pussy. No, I'm not cutting that out either.
Do you know what anarcho-syndicalist is, Dad?
Sounds like a band. No, I heard, I can't remember the comedian who did it, so I'm going to butcher someone's material, but it doesn't matter because I'm not saying who they are. But if you're an edgy comedian, you're trying to impress your dad. If you're a woke comedian, you're trying to impress someone that you want to sleep with.
Yeah.
I think that kind of sums it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't think?
Yeah,
when you hear that, don't you feel slightly called out?
Wow. Yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
it's a good observation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We're all trying to impress someone.
Some
Stupid shit.
trying to fill our hearts.
Yeah. Anyway.
Like and subscribe.